Good morning, and thanks for joining for another board meeting recap from last night's Board of Trustees meeting on Tuesday, September 16th. We had a great meeting, and it started with a couple of wonderful presentations. I guess even before that, it started with an introduction of our student board member, Laika Samar. She's awesome, great senior student from Elko High School, and we were glad to have her join us yesterday. Additionally, we received a couple of presentations. The first one was from Mr. Drew DiArietta, representing the Elko High School Athletics Booster Club. He was joined by a bunch of other folks from both Elko High admin as well as people involved with the Booster Club, and they gave the board a report about the efforts they're going through in working with us, the district, to raise funds for a total revamp of the Elko High School track and field. At this point, it's very early in those stages of what the plan's going to be, and a lot of it's going to depend on what level of funding we're able to secure. But lots of different elements that could be improved there, ranging from the track to the football field to the lighting, a video board, possibly changing where the bleachers and stands are. Really, just not just resurfacing, but totally redoing the track and field and providing what he continually referred to as a state-of-the-art athletic facility there at Elko High School. So we, more importantly than anything, we just want to express gratitude to the Booster Club and to all the folks that they've been talking to around the community and caring enough to put those efforts in and improve that situation with the track and field over at Elko High so we can get back to hosting events and meets and things like that. So looking forward to seeing how that develops in the future. And again, grateful to the Elko High Athletics Booster Club for their efforts there. Also had another great presentation from Jessica Harris, who's the principal out at Sage Elementary School. And she was there to talk to us about a great community effort that was put into kind of refreshing and revitalizing the Sage Elementary School grounds, as well as the Mound Valley Rural School building. So she was able to introduce us to some wonderful partners who helped spruce up those school sites. Want to give a special thanks to folks from various organizations. First to people at the Home Depot. We got to meet and thank Summer Villalvaso, Caleb Heinrich, and Randallyn Donner, who donated materials and helped coordinate those efforts. From Kinross, Nevada, Fallon Dowling and Todd Lugan. From Komatsu, Dwayne Sledge and Scott Manukian. And from Ruby Rose Garden Landscape and Tree Service, Sal Uribe. And what these folks did, and I probably can't do it justice, but at Sage Elementary, lots of trees were planted and just the grounds looking real refreshed. And over at Mound Valley Rural School, totally repainted the entire school. It looks like your prototypical little red schoolhouse that we often think of when we think of rural America schools dating back to hundreds of years ago. But the school looks great. Not only the painting of the building, but kind of refreshing the playground and powder coating the playground structures. So much work and effort was put in, and from time and kind donations, people working there physically, just really making the whole area look beautiful. So really appreciate those community partners for committing their time and their energies to sprucing up those schools. After those wonderful presentations, we had just a few action items that we discussed. Two of them were revisits of two policies that were brought up at the last meeting that I covered in my last recap. Those policy titles are JGD and JGDB, both having to do with transportation. And not a whole lot of changes from the last recap I did, but just by way of reminder, the one that's titled JGDB, Student Welfare, Student Transportation Safety Program. There is, that both of those policies passed, and on that one specifically, just a reminder that it now very clearly details who can and cannot ride on a bus as far as both students and adults for trips, for field trips, athletic trips, those types of things. And so if you are a coach or a sponsor for a club or some other student organization, and you often have parents or volunteers that are coming with you, it's important that you are aware of that policy and follow the link in the email to make sure you see the details of that paragraph that have been added to that policy. The other item that was also under action was the passing of our procedures for impact funding purposes. So we have something that's called Indian policies and procedures. And so that's an annual action that we have to take in order to qualify for impact funding. And so we went ahead and had that pass last night, and that was great as well. After those action items, I gave an update on several things that have happened around the state and around our county, and I'll just briefly share those with you. We had a wonderful back to school resource drive through our partner communities and schools, and so we just reported on that to the board, as well as expanding communities and schools to 2 more sites this year in Elko County School District, and we just really appreciate everything Communities and Schools does for our various campuses and for our community. They're a wonderful partner, and we look forward to continuing to work with them at those new sites, and just in the very many ways they help us out. And we actually met with them recently on how we can expand our telehealth offerings, but with them and with UNLV, and making sure those offerings are available to our students all over our county. So much thanks to the Communities and Schools organization for their help with us. Give a little bit of an update on the Nevada Department of Ed as well. They, just like the rest of the state government agencies, were pretty negatively impacted by the cyber attack that was done on our state government recently, and so they are progressively trying to get back to where they can fully support all the school districts around Nevada, and appreciate the communication they're giving to us and working with us to get things going. Also gave a little bit of an update. There are probably some changes to state testing that are on the horizon. Nothing for this year specifically that we need to worry about, but moving into the future, very likely that the state will be adopting potentially a new summative test, and also changing offerings for the growth testing measures as well. So we'll continue to keep you updated as those changes occur, assuming that they do occur. We were able to have the ribbon cutting for the Spring Creek High School Agri-Science building last week. That was a wonderful event, very well attended, and not only a great presentation and a wonderful event, but the students also from the Silver Sage FFA provided a dinner for all of the attendees, and we had a bunch of visitors from outside. We had our county commissioners that came to the ribbon cutting. Some of them were there. Our mayor was there. The director of the Department of Agriculture for Nevada, Mr. J.J. Goycochea, was there. So lots of folks came to see and to celebrate the opening of that building, and excited about the opportunities it provides for those students and many students to come in the following years. We had a visit from Lexia last week. As you'll remember, we have a language arts and literacy development program now called Lexia that all of our elementary schools are going to be working with this year. So they were here to help us start to really roll that implementation forward and make sure we're able to take full advantage of that contract in this year. And we also were able to host folks from the Governor's Office of Economic Development to view the wonderful happenings that are going on with our Star Academy over at Adobe Middle School, and see what the opportunities are for possibly expanding that program to not only serving 8th graders at Adobe, but also 7th graders. And then the last thing that was mentioned, and I'll make sure to mention it here to you as well, I got a little flyer here, and this is going to be linked in the email below the video, but we have something called the Constitution Day panel, or the We the People panel, and this is a wonderful collaboration between the Elko County Democrats, the Elko County Republican Party, and the Independent American Party of Nevada, and they'll be kind of doing a collaboration with each other. It's not a debate, it's a panel where they talk about and kind of celebrate the wonderful things about our Constitution, and they were able to incorporate the voice of our students in this, where students from our government and history classes at the high schools are able to submit questions to have the panelists discuss. And so we really appreciate them not only hosting and holding that event and offering an opportunity for people from varying perspectives to try to understand one another and work together and celebrate our Constitution, but also have our students have a voice in this event as well. And the event will also be moderated by our own Board of Trustees President, Mr. Matt McCarty. And that is everything for this meeting. Thank you so much for watching. Our next meeting will be up in Owyhee in October, and we'll look forward to giving you a recap from that meeting. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.